You know that your words matter, and you speak prayers for blessings and for the good things that you desire. But have you ever paid attention to the words that you speak about the objects that are all around you? I went to an abandoned bridge and put my hand on a concrete footing that hadn't been touched in 100 years. What it told me will change the way you think about agency and how you use your words. Welcome to Spirit Stories, Conversations with the Unseen. I'm Dr. Jen Bessire. I'm a member of the Church of Jesus Christ of Latter-day Saints. The unseen world is astonishing, glorious, and full of light. The beings there have stories to tell of Jesus, eternity, and the laws that govern all things. I gather those stories to share them with you. 12:32 p.m. I am standing on a large earthen dam between two lakes at Westlake Park in Davenport, Iowa. There are two remains of a large bridge that used to be here. The left and right footing are both still standing, although not fully complete anymore. I've actually had some experiences in the past where I have been able to touch something and get a story from it or parts of its story that it had to tell. And I've also been able to find and feel the emotions from objects in my house. So I thought, well, let's touch these footings and see what they have to share. Have you ever considered that the objects around you are still alive in a sense? Everything is made up of spirit, and that spirit is intelligences. So there is some degree of intelligence in all things, whether you might consider it living or dead. So let's see what these footings have to say. My days were meant to be fun, for so did my Father in heaven make me. I was made with the ability to be created into many different things, and I was made into this bridge. At first, it was difficult bearing the load of those that came across me, but I became stronger. After a while, it became simple and easy, and I was simply used to it. And now I've been lost. There is no one here to ride over me or to care for me or to visit me. Thank you for coming to visit me and hear my story. I don't really have much else to share, except that I am now sad and lonely. I don't know what purpose I fulfill, or why I've been left here. If they're not going to use me, why not just make me into something else? I would much rather be used. For perspective, these two concrete footings were initially built around 1890 for a railroad line that was owned by the Davenport, Iowa, and Dakota Company. They carried trains for roughly 35 years through 3 different company ownerships. When the Rock Island Company abandoned the line back in 1925, the footings were left standing in an open valley. They sat for 58 years before the dam was built in 1983, and around that same time, these lakes, these man-made lakes, were created and the water came up to fill them in. I visit the other footing and see what it has to say. Go away and leave me alone. Don't touch me. I don't want to talk to anyone. I've been abandoned. Nobody uses me. Nobody drives over me or runs over me or walks over me or anything. Mostly, they just ignore me. But it is nice to have you touch me and feel me and be here. I'm sorry for being so gruff. I just feel hurt. I actually didn't realize that rocks and stones and cement could have so much feeling in them, I say. This answer really surprised me. Well, why not? I'm what you're made of. Yes, that is very true. It is made of these same intelligences that make up the spirit that make up you and I as human beings. This footing continues. I simply lack the agency that you have, but I still have feelings and thoughts and emotions. I lack the ability to do anything about it, though. I ponder this for a second. Can you choose what you feel? Wait, if you don't have agency, then I would imagine that your feelings are not yours to choose either. And then your thoughts and your feelings would be an inherent part of who you are and not something you can change. The footing replies, Oh, goodness, woman, I don't know. What makes you think I know the answer to that? You make it so complicated. I thought you just wanted to talk to me. Yes, I did. And I pause for a minute and think about the state of this footing and if there's anything that I might be able to do to help it. So I decide to speak a blessing over it. I say, I bless you with love and light, the light of Jesus Christ, to uplift your weary being and bring goodness to your soul, if you have one, or your spirit, if that's what you have. Oh, the footing replies, thank you. Look at all that's around me. I have a beautiful view up here. I had no idea. Oh, thank you. Such a simple encounter. And do we realize the importance of the words that we're speaking and the attention that we're giving to the objects and things around us? I've had an opportunity before to talk with some of the belongings that we have stored in our home that we don't use regularly, and they actually expressed the exact same sentiment that these footings expressed. They want to be used. They don't want to just sit and be saved for some other time. They were created with a purpose, and they want to be used for that purpose. And ultimately, that purpose for which all these things were created is to be useful in our lives as human beings. We're the ones who have the agency and the ability to choose about things. Now, I also want to encourage you to consider how you talk to the objects in your home. My husband does appliance repair. I answer the phones for that business. And so often when people call in, they will tell me that they hate their appliance or they don't like it and they're so frustrated with it and all of these things. And my husband has even said he'll be out in the customer's home and they're saying these types of things about their refrigerator, their stove, whatever he's fixing. And he'll say, he doesn't really mean that. Don't listen to him. And he's talking to the appliance and the people kind of laugh about it, but they get the point. How we talk to these things matters. When I do my laundry, I bless my washing machine and my dryer. I thank it for working so well and for functioning so well, for being in our home. I tell it how grateful I am to have it. The way that you speak matters, not just to other human beings, but to everything that you speak to. These things that we have, this microphone, this computer, my keyboard, my desk, everything is made of the same material that we as human beings are made from. The only difference is the degree of cohesiveness and agency that is the spirit that is within these different things. You can define something as living or dead, however you might need to. But if we think about everything having a degree of intelligence and spirit within it, in that case, everything is living. If you enjoyed this, please share it with someone else who might benefit from learning about these things. If you are looking for some healing for generational trauma, or if you're looking to develop your gifts in a community where you can feel comfortable sharing these things that you're experiencing, then go to drjenbessire.com/group.